Hi guys, Alex here, and welcome back to another Dragon Ball Super video, and there are going to be spoilers in this video about who actually wins the tournament, so if you don't want to know, then leave this video now. So basically today, we are going to be discussing the last Super Dragon Ball, and if you haven't already seen the title leaks, I'm going to quickly give them to you here, so again, if you don't want it spoiled for you, leave now. So basically, in episode 39 of Dragon Ball Super, Goku actually beats Heat and wins the tournament for Universe 7. And then in episode 40, the title is The Conclusion, that's just the provisional title. And the basic description of that episode is: the tournament against Universe 6 for the fate of the Earth has finally come to a close. Furious at Heat and his teammates for losing, Champa tries to destroy them. As Kaba and the others are frozen in terror, someone enters the ring. So at first, I thought that the person that actually enters the ring is the one who found the last Super Dragon Ball and was actually going to bring it to them. But then the more I thought about it, it didn't really make any sense to me, because it would take a ridiculous amount of time to travel to the nameless planet. Obviously it took Whis' cube around 3 hours to actually get there, and that can fly at a ridiculous speed. So if you actually imagine how long it would take like a normal human or a different being to actually travel there, it just doesn't really make sense. And the reason why I actually bring this up is because then the episode title for the next episode, which would be 41, is "Come forth, Dragon of the Gods, and grant my wish, pretty please." And the reason why I actually brought this up, and in comparison like with episode 40, and why I thought that the person actually appears has this last Super Dragon Ball, is because of this title for episode 41. And now, the conclusion that I've actually come to is that the nameless planet could potentially be the last Super Dragon Ball, which could be very, very interesting, and then it could link to my theory about Vados, and I'll explain why in a minute. So let's just say that the nameless planet is indeed a Super Dragon Ball. That means that Vados knew about it all along, because like she was the one that found its location. It would make sense as well, because the nameless planet isn't a part of Universe 6 or 7. It hasn't been claimed essentially, which means that like this definitely increases the chances of it being the Super Dragon Ball. And then obviously many people will ask, like, why doesn't it look like a Super Dragon Ball? Obviously there are definitely many different possibilities. It's been covered by obviously different materials. Maybe it's collided with other like asteroids or something like that, and eventually the rocky formation has just eventually like covered its surface. So what I believe is that the Super Dragon Ball is actually underneath the core of all this terrain, which is definitely a possibility and would be interesting to see. And I'm actually going to have put up a picture on the screen now. If you actually compare the sizes of the Super Dragon Balls to the nameless planet, they're actually very similar in size. Obviously we know that the Super Dragon Balls are planet size, but obviously there are different planets that are different sizes, so not every planet is going to be the same size. And the fact that these Super Dragon Balls are like pretty much the same size as the nameless planet, like, is pretty interesting. And now I'm going to bring up the point about Vados. If Vados knew that this was the final Dragon Ball, okay, then this is definitely fallen into her plan. If she is in fact evil, okay, because she will be able to just steal the wish and then just wish for what she wanted for. Because she was the one who was actually reluctant to give away the Super Dragon Ball wish with such ease. Because if you guys remember correctly, when they first decided to actually do the tournament, Vados is kind of reluctant to just give away the Super Dragon Balls like that. And that begs the question of why, I've said this before, like, why were they searching for the Super Dragon Balls in the first place? What were they going to wish for in the first place? So maybe Vados is the one that was actually interested in the Super Dragon Ball wish in the first place, because clearly Champa wasn't really that interested in like initially, because he just literally gave away that wish with ease. Maybe the initial wish was just for food or something, or maybe Vados had something else in mind. Maybe when they've got gathered all the Dragon Balls, she was planning to actually knock Champa out and then take the wish for herself, which would be very interesting. And obviously she's gathered all these powerful fighters from Universe 6, so maybe like her first like intentions were that when she tried to steal the wish, that she would have these powerful characters to actually fall back on. But this is definitely a possibility, and I can honestly see it happening, to be honest, because obviously that now that they have the Super Dragon Ball radar, like I can imagine Goku or Bulma just like turning it on, and it's like, oh wow, according to the radar, we're right on top of it. And then they're like, okay, what the hell? And then somehow the dragon just all, like, pops out, and then obviously they can go ahead and make their wish, and then everything would just go from there, and we would actually have a better idea of what happened in episode 42, and that would give us a better idea of who, you know, who wants to do what. But I don't actually think they're going to spend the whole episode just making the wish. But perhaps it doesn't actually like speak English like the neck in Dragon Balls. Well, in this case, Japanese. And maybe it actually requires a certain language to actually speak, which would be very interesting to see. So overall, my theory is that the Super Dragon Ball, the final Super Dragon Ball, is actually the nameless planet, and Vados actually planned this from the start, which means that she could like take a wish despite what happened, which will be very interesting to see if this is actually right or not. But yeah, definitely leave your opinions down below. Do you think that the nameless planet is actually the Super Dragon Ball, or do you believe, for my initial theory, that whoever arrives, well, arrives, quote unquote, whoever arrives in the ring is the bearer of the final Super Dragon Ball? But yeah, definitely leave your opinions down below, and if you haven't already, go check out my video I made on Heat. I'll basically give a pretty good analysis on his character and what we know so far from the information in the Dragon Ball Super episode. And as always guys, if you are new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe and leave a like if you do enjoy the content, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.